All right, let's go over an alternative way to rendering, just in case when you hit render, what if when you render, you get an extra square box or things just don't fill in, and you need a better way of getting your rendering out. Let me close that. Start with, go under render settings, which is right up here. And you can fill out the name, the type of file, such as PNG, which is a good file format when you're just starting out. Scroll on down, use the perspective camera, and what do you want your size to be? I'm going to select from here, HD 1080, and click close. Next, go under, instead of modeling, go to rendering, render sequence, click this properties box, select the camera that you want to render, in this case the perspective camera, alternative output, and this is so in case you just don't want to save it to your default scenes folder, you click this little icon, the folder icon. I'm going to save this in my computer, my local hard drive, dev22. I have a folder called render. If you want to make a new folder on a PC, you can right click and select new folder. Right now, I just want to select this folder called render, and it can be any folder that you want to render into. Click on select. And when you're ready, click on render sequence. And since we're just rendering one single frame, this will go by pretty quickly. All right, it's all done. Now, what if there was an extra frame hiding here? There shouldn't be, just in case. If I go to this folder, let me first take a look at this before I show you what to do in case of emergency type of stuff. Going under my D drive again, this PC, D drive, saved it here, render, there's my single image. If I was having trouble rendering a single image, and this method that I just showed should be the alternative way, just in case, you could go under render settings, and instead of rendering just a single image, I'm going to select name pound extension, which represents a sequence of images. So all I did after I gave it a name, I selected name pound extension. The pound stands for a frame number. Instead of rendering from frame 1 to 10, I don't need 10 of these. I just maybe need 2. And this is to clear the buffer just in case you're having some extra screen garbage such as a rectangle draw out on your first image. Well, render 2 images and that rectangle probably won't be there. And then following the steps again, going under rendering, render, render sequence, properties box, saving in the same folder, and click on render sequence. And now 2 images will render. And when it's all done, we don't need Maya open anymore. Let's just jump to that folder. And now you can see the 2 images, the first image and the second image. The only reason we did this method was just in case the render buffer has some bad user interface being stuck on it by Maya, or some glitch happened in the video card, or whatever reason there was garbage pixels when you render just a single frame. By rendering 2 frames, it should give Maya the chance, or Arnold the chance, to clear the buffer and complete it correctly for the first image. And if something happens to the second image, who really cares, because we were just there for the first image. So this is the fallback method, just in case rendering a single frame image isn't working for you. Hope this helps, and happy rendering.